Hi, I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Welcome, everyone. And I just want to make a correction off of something I said earlier, and it's off of a movie on MCC on Main. I told you, I was talking about a movie, and I said it was April 1st. It was Life According to Sam. Actually, it was April 11th. And if you want to check out the movie, you can do so over at the Manchester Library. And also they have lots of movies coming up. So you can go check out the website, and you can even Google it. MCC on Main. And I do a lot of supporting for them. Actually, they're going to be having lots of singing, spoken word, and everything else like that. So just want to give you a heads up. They got a lot of things going on. And it's 903 Main Street, Manchester, Connecticut. And I want to say, congratulations, Huskies, for the men and women. That was a nice game. I actually got a chance to see the men play. Those guys are fast. I couldn't believe it. I was watching them when they were playing Kentucky. I was looking at the other guy. This was the first part of the game. The guy who was playing on the Kentucky side, he was so tired. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're about to wear him out. And it was a great game. And again, congratulations, UConn men, and congratulations, UConn women. And yes, Tyler Perry's in town, and welcome, Mr. Tyler Perry. And what I want to do is get into like fitness, because I'm changing my thing around. I want to get into fitness, working out. I'm doing a little bit of that too myself, because spring is coming. Well, spring is here. Summer's coming. And I'm going to try to fit into a bathing suit. Okay, but anyway, I have a nice guest here. She's had her own workout place, and still is. Her name is Kelly Kohler. Okay, she's from Kelly K. Actually, her name is Kelly K. Totally Kickin Fitness, like kicking your butt. That's right. And she does a lot of kickboxing exercise. She's a motivational speaker. She also does life coaching. She's got a whole lot going on. And I want to welcome you to Make It Happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Kelly, can you tell our viewers how you actually got started, and what made you want to get into building Totally Kickin Fitness?
Actually, it started, I was in my teens, and there's a lot of pressure. Of course, not like, I feel like it was a lot easier, I guess, back then now than it is I see now. But what had happened is I had a lot of issues growing up as teens, and I felt a lot of pressure. And with that being said, I needed some sort of confidence, achievement within myself other than academics. And my brother owns a karate studio, and he's 8 years older than I am, but you know, I always looked up to him, being my older brother, and I was his little sister. And one day I went in and I was taking one of his kickboxing classes because I had some weight issues and due with the pressure, weight gain, and he got me in there and I started taking the classes. And one day he had this big thing that he had to do and he said, Kelly, I need you to teach. And I was very afraid, but I knew some of the people and I was comfortable with them. So I went in and said, okay, I can do this. I'm going to show my brother I can do this. And I did it, and I loved it instantly. I was 19 at the time.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, 19 years ago. And from that point on, I said to him, I want to do this too. You know, I want to do this. And I started teaching for him, and I felt so empowered within myself. It was some level that I just never had. And no matter how great you do in school or sports, any achievement, it was a different feeling. And I realized the more I got into it and how great I felt about myself, that it projected onto these people and they liked hanging out and talking to me. So here I am, 19, talking to these women in their late 30s, 40s, mid 40s.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm thinking they're old, right? Because you're so young, you think they're old. But of course now, you know, it's very different. But with that being said, it empowered me. And I'm like, these women are actually listening to me. And I'm the young one, you know? So it got me going and it kept me out of trouble. Kickboxing was a great channel. So for those children that aren't really great at sports and they can't find that place for them,
Right.
it's so important for fitness. Because even though I was a great basketball player, I was in varsity, I was in Manchester High varsity in junior high. So even though I was going to junior high, I was in varsity league for Manchester High. Wow. I loved it. But when I got older, things changed and my interest changed, you know. Even though sometimes I think I could have ended up being a good player, but that's besides the point. Kickboxing was just took me to a whole new level. And what really was important, I guess, that I'm trying to reach is, at this point, I've noticed working with a lot of adult, mostly women, moms, is they have that difficulty with where their child should go.
Right.
What should they do after school versus video games?
Right.
And video games is the easy way to keep them busy and out of trouble. But it doesn't really get them to push out their inner self.
Yeah.
You know, it boggles it up.
Right, because I know as we were talking earlier, we were talking about the kids, how they can't express themselves. And
Right.
exercise is one of the good things that they can, you know, get that stress out, and it releases endorphins.
Endorphins.
Right.
Yeah, it's a natural release, whether they realize it or not. And I don't know how aware people are about all the natural feelings and hormones. Big thing with
Yes,
kids.
definitely.
Because nowadays, hormones are starting earlier. In my days, it was 14, 15. Now it's like 11, 10, 9.
Right.
It depends on the culture and whatever other, the food sources that we have now. But the most important is with these kids, they don't have a release and they develop anger and distraction. And I feel a lot of children that get diagnosed like ADHD or something, or they just have the anger that they can't let out, so they channel it in a negative way. And I mean, we could go on forever about that, but the bottom line is it's so important that they have a channel in something, whether it's fitness, martial arts, sports.
Correct.
But if you're not a pro athlete, you know, and in this day and age, it's so competitive. And don't get me wrong, it was competitive in my age too. Maybe I'm just older and see more, my eyes are wider, but the competition is phenomenal. And these children have so much pressure, and the pressure from school is enough. The homework they get, it's amazing, because when I had done classes for children, a lot of times I'll ask for their report card because it helps me see where they're at as well. And I had teen mentors that would help too. I think it's very important that they have someone to look up to other than their mom
or
or their spouse. Now, and that's the other thing where the daughters look to the moms and the sons look to the husbands or boyfriend or whoever the situation is. But as far as the channel goes and the competition, the pressure, it just leads into more of a positive area for them to go. You know, they need some sort of gratification within themselves.
Right.
And fitness is a natural gratification. No matter what they did that day, no matter how bad it is, whether they want to or not, if they physically work out, it will naturally release the endorphins, and it makes them feel just boom, it's done, relax.
Yeah. And you feel better about yourself too.
It's instant. It's instant. And whether they realize it or not, a lot of times kids will say, "Oh, really? I don't want to do that," you know. And a lot of them, I got to be honest, are much lazier.
Yeah.
And if the moms weren't kicking them in the butt to do it, they may not. But at the end of the day, once they've done it and they feel good about themselves, they'll want to keep doing it. And that's like anybody else. You know, I feel that the parents, though, really do need to kind of push it in, you know, make it happen. And don't let the children dictate what's better for them. They don't
That's
really
right,
know
they
what's
don't.
better for them. So sometimes the parent can't be the friend. They kind of got to,
Yes.
and later on in life, the child will appreciate it. And I've been doing this for 19 years. So I can honestly tell you, I know what I'm talking about to a certain extent. I mean, people may vary their opinion, but parents, it's not about friendship. It's
Right.
about knowing what's best for your child and directing them in the right way for life.
That's really good.
Setting up the foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you instruct kids, do some of the kids kind of can't get it, and do they get frustrated afterwards? And,
It's important to have all levels. I actually interview each person.
Oh, okay.
And whether it's a child or an adult, every client, again, child or adult, is interviewed with me. 10 to 15 minutes interview.
Okay.
So I can know who that person is within. I think, in my opinion, the mental aspect of fitness, it comes first.
Right.
Because if you mentally feel well, everything else falls into place. You have that positive attitude, confidence, everything else will fall into place. So to me, fitness is more of a tool.
Right.
And everything else will fall into place. And that's just what I've always believed. And I've gone through a lot of things in my life, but I will not be a victim. I refuse to be a victim.
Yeah.
And so instead of being negative and say, why me? Why poor me? I have no sympathy for that, because you know what? I've been through a lot. And all I can say is take that and turn it positive. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter. It's how you react to it that matters.
You're supposed to react to it in a nice way. Don't go off or anything else like that. And you're
Stop
supposed to
and I have a very good friend of mine who is like a sister, and she taught me something so important. And even now I'm 38 years old, and she had said this to me maybe a year ago. I'm not really good with time perception, but she said, "You know what, Kelly? Every now and then, when you get really upset, hit the pause button."
Yes.
And sometimes I go so fast forward, I don't do that. And now I have her in my head, in my ear, and she says, "Kelly, hit the pause button." And you know what? Makes a world full of difference.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one message that I would get out there. When you know you're pumped, and you know, everybody knows when they're off the rocker a little bit, to stop for a second and say to yourself, hit the pause button. Is it really that bad? What can I do to fix this or make it better?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Besides teaching people, do you suggest like different types of eating, habits, or change their eating habits?
Nutrition is so important. And the one thing I want to say about that right off the top is don't set yourself up in pressure. Because if you pressure yourself, you're going to set up for failure instantly.
Right.
And it's just not the right way to do it. The first thing, in my opinion, nutrition, obviously, it's what you put in your body.
That's right.
You can exercise as hard as you can every day. But if you just sit and, on the couch eating chips or pizza or wings, the time of year with the sports and whatnot.
Yes.
And you have to know what type of person you are. What is your weakness? You know, it's important to know that. There's two different ways. You can be the person that, if you are really good, well-trained, I say, where you can eat healthy for 6 days, and on your 7th day, we call it the play day.
Yeah.
You can eat whatever you want, anything. Even though everything is in moderation.
That's
that
right.
is so true. I don't care what program it is. It's all about moderation.
Right.
In
True.
sugar.
Sugar's a bad thing.
Sugar, to me, I think it's an addiction. I think they will find that it's equivalent to an addiction. That is my opinion down the road, and you will remember that when I said that right now. Yeah. But I do think people are addicted to sugar. Yeah. And as long as you don't have sugar in your diet or have it really low, you don't even have to count calories.
Oh, wow.
So how nice is that? Your body will naturally burn as long as there isn't the sugar to hold it and store the fat. And like, it basically stands still your body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Now, I know certain people's body do crave the sugar or the sweets. That's what I've noticed about myself. I try to limit myself too, and you know, nobody's not perfect, but you know, you still try, you know, and you just try different ways of improving yourself and doing better. Nobody is going to say that you're perfect, but you know. Yes.
Within yourself if you're going overboard. I honestly believe that. Something in there will say, okay, you know what, this is way too much ice cream. Or,
yes.
you know, oh, well, you know, everybody knows you can't eat just one chip and justify it. Or I worked out really hard. I can have one more handful.
Oh, God.
I think the best way to handle it is knowing who you are, knowing what you like, and adjusting it. Right. And I tell all my clients, for the first week I meet with them, I tell them, for the first week, I want you to write down everything you eat. That's the one thing. What you eat, what time you ate it, and what portion it is. Oh. And if you can do 1 week of that and hand it in to me, I will break that down.
Wow.
And I will tell you exactly where your issue is. So whether you have a Snickers bar, a Greek salad, a bowl of fruit, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't judge. To me, it's more important to get the truth. So don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what you're really doing, because that's the only way I can help. Is the truth. And that's what I do. And I break it down. And then I have a list of what they like and a list of what they don't like. And then I modify to what they're going to like. So there's no sacrificing. So if somebody says, oh, I need to have a cheeseburger. Every Sunday I have a cheeseburger.
Oh my goodness.
Let's just say that. I don't, but let's just say that. Then we're going to reduce the fat on that burger. You know, we may go to 2% cheese. Right. But the burger, we may go from, say they do 80%, which is the common, 80, 85%. We may bring it to 90. Not overboard, not 97 or 93%, because then it's going to go, it's going to make them feel like they're eating cardboard. Right. And you don't want it where you feel sacrifice. If you feel sacrifice, you're not going to do it.
That's right.
You'll do it temporarily, and then it all goes to, you know, what's the point? It's a waste of time. Yeah. So it's important to work with the person. Whatever you like that is unhealthy, there is a way to modify it and adjust it, as I call it, to where you can eat it and still pass the test.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back with Make It Happen with Kelly Kohler, okay, from Totally Kickin Fitness. Hi, I'm Janice Fleming, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
At Hartford Public Schools, we care about one thing above all, the future of our kids. That's why we're dedicated to providing all students with the knowledge and skills needed in the new global culture. Hartford Public Schools is thriving. More student success stories, more world-class facilities, more university and corporate partnerships, more amazing talent coming and staying in Hartford. This is how education is supposed to work. Welcome to Hartford Public Schools, where the future is present.
And thank you for joining me again. I am here with my guest, Kelly Kohler of Totally Kickin Fitness. Earlier we were talking about how she got started, and then again we were talking about the different types of people that she instructs, and talking about kickboxing. And then we got to talking about eating properly or changing your lifestyle of eating. Now, I want to welcome you back, Kelly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And what's the most important thing that you teach people, actually, in eating better and staying on the right track?
Okay, I would say the first thing, I think the most important thing is knowing who you are as a
Yes.
person and what makes you happy, genuinely, and being true to yourself. Again, that's a mental aspect,
Right.
which is also turns into physical, because I feel that the mind really controls the
Right.
dictation of your life. I believe that number one is knowing what makes you happy and being confident within
Right.
yourself. To me, confidence is number one.
Okay.
And I think if you feel good about yourself, you will have the body that you want.
Oh, definitely.
You know, I
yes.
think that, you get that nice outfit, or you lose a couple pounds and wow, these jeans fit that didn't fit last summer.
Yes.
Or maybe a bathing suit issue, because I hear that a lot. We always do those like 6 weeks before summer. Let's get going, Kelly K style. We got to get it going, kick butt. It's just important to be happy, and whether your nutrition. A lot of times, I find that there's a lot of eating disorders
Okay.
that will snowball into a negative thing. So it's important that you find out what type of person you are, number one, for eating.
Okay.
Are you a salad person? If you're not, that's not going to work. You do have to change it, and there's going to be things that you don't like that you may
Yes.
have to add, and you have to say to yourself, how bad do I want to be in better shape? It may take a doctor to say to you, you're pre-diabetic.
Right.
I've had a couple clients that come to me and say, my doctor's tells me I'm pre-diabetic. We're like, whoa, we don't even want to go there. Planning your food is number one. You need to be organized. So my suggestion is go to the grocery store, first make a list. And I know a lot of people rush. And the other thing I find is you're hungry when you go.
Yeah.
That is a really complicated thing. And I've done it myself. You're work. And I've noticed nowadays, moms, women in general, they can't get fast enough. They're
Right,
on
'cause
that mission. And it's
busy
grab this,
schedule.
grab this. Yes, busy schedules. And kids, kids are so into everything now. I've noticed the activities are higher. The homework takes longer. I got to hurry up and feed my kid in 15 minutes. So what's quicker? Should we go through the
Yes.
drive-through? Or should I run to the grocery store?
Right.
Or
That's
so
true.
that's why the planning is so important. And I find that a lot of moms will tend to snack on the things that they're giving their kids that are quick, which make them gain weight as well. And remember, role models.
Yes.
Children they look at their parents as role models. Whether they talk back to you or not, doesn't matter. They still look at what you're doing. So what you say, what you do, trust me when I tell you,
Right.
it's recorded in that brain. And they may not say it, but it's still there. And trust me, down the road, you'll see it.
Yes.
And I know it's you can't be perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Right.
And never put your pressure on yourself like that. I don't believe you should. Be you. Be
Right.
true. Be you. When you look in the mirror, you're proud. And no matter what you eat, if it's if you know it's healthy and you feel good about it, healthy wise, not good because it was a craving, good, like
Right.
chocolate,
Yeah.
you know what makes you feel good. If you eat a bowl of ice cream knowing, you shouldn't be eating it. Guess what? Psychologically, you're sabotaging, and you feel that you don't feel good.
Yeah, I want to mention something about the time that you eat too.
Oh.
There's a specific time that people tell me, or instructors have told me, other people have told me that you're not supposed to eat after 8 o'clock or something like that, and which is, I think is good. If you eat after 8 o'clock, then your body does not get a chance to digest the food. Am I correct?
Right, and metabolize.
Yes.
There's also, I believe that's a myth as well.
Yeah.
It can go either way. What matters, number one, is what it is.
Right.
Number one. So they say in research studies, carbohydrates, you would tend to eat more towards the morning. They give you energy.
Right.
Protein feeds your muscles.
Okay.
Okay, and that the fitness aspect is you always want to add resistance to your cardio training, whatever it is.
Okay.
So you have the balance. And that's a lot like food. You want the balance of the protein and the carbohydrates. But a lot of people love carbohydrates. Pasta, bread.
Yes,
And
definitely.
with that being said, it's better for your body to metabolize it and break it down and have more time to burn it off throughout your day if you have it in the morning. Now, carbohydrates breaks down into what? Sugar.
Yeah.
And sugar is what we were talking about earlier. That is the main thing, in my opinion, that you want to get done. Get out of that diet program, lifestyle, whichever. Okay. But as far as that goes, after 8, if you can keep it to more of a protein, you're better off. Okay. But if you were to eat a protein at 8 or 9 o'clock, it's not going to affect you like a carbohydrate. Remember, you heal when you sleep. So if you're a person that goes to bed at 9 o'clock, you shouldn't eat past 8 because it's just going to store fat while you sleep. That's when you store fat, is when you're sleeping. So if you don't go to bed till midnight and you eat at 8 o'clock, well, now you have more than the 2 hour, as they give you a 2 hour time frame.
Okay. Well, that's
so
good.
Yeah, if you're in, what about your work schedule? If you're like me and you're up till 1 o'clock, and you're all over, you may need to eat a snack at 9 o'clock or you're going to be fried, mentally. Yeah. And mental is you have to make sure you eat enough within that 3 to 4 hour, 2 to 3 hour time frame. It really depends on that person. Oh, okay. Everybody is different.
All right. Well, what I want to do is I want to get back into the different types of exercise that you do teach, instruct people. Now, I know we were talking about kickboxing earlier. You teach various types of kickboxing, and can you let our viewers know about the various types of exercise that you do? And you were also talking about sensual exercise or something like that.
The sensual dance.
Yeah, the sensual dance. Yeah.
Sometimes when I say it, they think I say central.
Oh,
because it's so close to sensual.
Yeah.
Sensual is sexy.
Yeah.
Sensual, slow, sexy. I believe that everybody has their own feeling on working out.
Right.
I believe you should have fun.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel confident. That's number one. Whatever makes you feel that natural high, as they call it, is what you need to do. So that's why I do so much.
Yeah.
And I probably get bored. All right, I get bored easily.
I do too.
So I like to do my variety. It's kind of like food. I like my little different various things. I get bored with one thing. And that's how I am with fitness as well. And I do have a rule with my studio. Every year and a half, I have to add something else into it.
That's right. That's
so
right.
After all these years, 15 years of doing this, well, 19, but 15 business, there's a lot of different aspects to the business. And we do everything from kickboxing to body sculpting.
That's right.
It's a lean muscle definition, body weight resistance. It's actually a program from LA, celebrity based.
All right.
But it's a lot more expensive there. Yeah. But
body sculpting is so good because then you can tone your body.
It's all lean definition, and a lot of women get so nervous about bulking up.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of women say, I'm not doing weights. I'm just going to run. I'm just going to do cardio. And the thing is, you need weight to make a difference, to change your body shape. Your body shape will not change without weight. That's number one. You just have less weight and more repetition, and that will give you the lean body definition. So that's super important.
Yeah. And I want to suggest to everyone to go check Kelly out.
Yeah.
And what I
Thank
want you to do is give people your information that they can get in touch with you.
Okay. I would suggest we have a website.
Yeah.
It's totallykickingfitness.com. Remember, there's no G. My name is Kelly Kohler, but known as Kelly K, and that's from our sensual dance stage stuff from the expos that we have done. It makes it simplified, much easier for people to remember. But you can locate me at the website, and that will tell you I travel, I do all sorts. Wow. I do whatever I need to do to help these people, help clients. Right. And I focus mostly with women and teenagers and children.
Just good, because it's good to help the youth out there. Because
it's very important to get them started early, because if they get into that comfort zone, it can keep going and going and going. And then they have to deal with the bullying and the eating disorders, and they're getting younger and younger with the eating disorder. And I was one of them. I had an eating disorder myself. Oh, wow. And it's not a fun mental thing to go through, which then becomes physical, you know?
Yeah, and also kickboxing is also good for self-defense. You know, for the kids that do get bullied, I suggest you don't do that, but, you know, at least try to avoid that right now. Somebody's really out there trying to kick your butt.
That's important. You know? Our kickboxing has the self-defense built into it.
Okay.
We combine the two aspects so that you are learning how to protect yourself while you're doing a fun exercise workout. And ours is anywhere from 700 calories to 1,000.
Wow.
For an hour.
Wow.
So we really take it to the next level. And if you've never done it before, it doesn't matter, because we break it down and modify it right from the beginning.
That's great. That's fantastic. I'm going to have to check a couple of your classes out, because I'm going to go for the sensual dance, because I love dancing. You know,
dancing
I really do.
It's an intimate sort of thing, but it makes you just feel like you're on cloud nine. But if you feel sexy about yourself, everybody else thinks you're sexy too.
Right,
Believe it or not, I've been in pajamas and practicing and working out in my workout like pajamas, and people will look at me like, you know, in the house, of course. I'm not out doing it, but in the house, and they're like, and they start laughing at me. I say, what are you laughing at? And you just look so cute, you know? Oh, wow. But the bottom line is, I feel so good when I do it. You just do it. You don't even think about it when you're at home. You put a good song on, you're dancing around.
Music motivates me.
Me too. And music is #1 to exercise, by the way.
Right.
But dancing is a great way to lose weight and burn. I got in my best shape from dancing because I enjoy it so much.
Okay.
You don't get bored.
Okay. I want to thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
And also, don't forget to touch base with Miss Kelly over here. And I really enjoyed you.
Thank you.
And
it was nice being here.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for joining me on Make It Happen. Don't forget to watch it, like it, and share it. See you next time.